Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Hope everyone's having a great, phenomenal week. I believe today's Wednesday. Wow, middle of the week already. Let's get straight into the price action. Let's see what Bitcoin's been up to, what it has to offer. Now, we had some levels that was given out earlier in the week. Now, we did tag one of them, but I don't think many of you would have caught this. Perhaps only the people who paid very close attention to the last video. And actually, if you just looked at the snapshot of what I posted, you probably wouldn't have caught this. But what we said is, hey, we have this range. We're breaking down from this range. We have an obstacle here. It's 1 hour obstacle. But then we have all these zones below us. And these zones are potential reaction points for our trade. We said directly below us in the below us in the old demand range, we've got this 24/1 hour overlapping zone as well as this 12-minute zone. We have this 1 hour zone, which were potential setups. And then we also had this green box, which is a fib level, as well as we said this was an interesting place to react from. However, price did not react here. Well, we may have got reactions, slight pullbacks, but not necessarily reactions that led to a predictive, flip in market structure. We didn't necessarily get a reaction here. We did not get a reaction here. But for those of you who are paying attention, right, and who actually watch this, quite closely, and you're not just flicking through this on your phone, we got a reaction off this zone over here, this 10-minute zone. Now, this is why I emphasize the importance of these zones. All right. Sometimes you might have a 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute zone that you think is absolutely ridiculous and not going to be, differential. However, that might just be exactly what price comes down to. So I'm going to press play in a minute. We're going to see exactly what price did and how it came back down to that zone and see how we could have entered that trade. All right, boom. So here we go. If we trace it from this 10-minute zone over here, we can see price literally came and tagged that 10-minute zone before it's giving us this reaction we're in right now. So let's get straight into the price action. And let's see how we got on. Now, I did enter a short. I entered a short right around here. Entered a short from here. I took that all the way down and I came out at about 72K. And then I looked to enter. I got faked out here. I got faked out here because I looked to enter a long here and I got stopped out. I got faked out here. And I'm going to tell you why I entered that long there in a second. It was basically a fake market structure play. It's kind of like a pump fake. For those of you who play basketball, when you shoot, all right, and the defender goes up in the air and then you dribble and then you pass or you shoot. All right. This is kind of what price action did. It gave us a pump fake. Okay. So let's see exactly how that transpired. All right. So as soon as we broke bearishly from this range, all right, we can see that we have our market structure on the way down, giving us a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. All right, so that's exactly where we are now. So what I'm just going to do is take advantage of the bar replay tool and just show you how or why you might have, got into any trade or the trade I did enter, why I got faked out. So this is what happens. The price proceeded to come down low, creating lower lows and lower highs, which is, the footprint or the heartbeat of a bear trend. So as we can see here, I think it was here. I believe it was here, yes. So as we can see here, if we look at the internal market structure, I'm just going to make this a different color, make it nice and thick for those of you who are watching on your phone so you can see it. We can see that price action does this. It does low, low, lower high, low, low, lower high. Do we have a flip yet? Nope. We come into a zone. I think this was like a one, maybe this was the 15-minute zone we had above. I think this was maybe the 1 hour zone up there. I've deleted all of them now because they're irrelevant. So we had a low, low. All right. We had a low, low on a 10-minute. Okay. But I believe I was a bit too eager on this one. Why? Because I dropped onto the 5 minute. Okay. I dropped onto the 5 minute. And then I said, right, well, this is a lower low, lower high, lower low, flipping market structure, retracement, entry. So I entered, all right, thinking, okay, the 5 minute flip was going to do its thing. However, the 5 minute flip flipped on me. All right, and I wasn't paying attention to the price when we got another flip in this direction. So the price came up and then quickly reversed, creating a nice second entry. So if you were looking to long that, all price did there is reacted off of this old zone. Okay, came up here, got this nice second entry and nice short. So if you enter that short, well done. I didn't enter that one. So that was the trade that I entered recently, and I lost out on that one. So I lost a little decent 1% there. But hey, that's the price you pay for business. You can't be a trader and expect not to take any losses. The losses are going to come. All right. It's kind of like baseball, right? So you see baseballers, they have lots and lots of balls and they strike and they strike and strike. And you have baseballers who hit probably about, 30, 40%, of the shots they take. And that 30, 40% is exactly what results in them earning millions and millions and millions a year. Why? Because they perfect, that 30% that they're going to hit, they perfect, the outcome when they do get those hits. So what we've got now is we've got this price action. It's come down to our 10-minute zone. Now, this 10-minute zone, what are we looking for here? Well, we're looking for a predictive directional change, all right, aka a market structure flip. So what we can see is I can see we had a range that was established. Now, this range has been established, quite nice range. It was quite a juicy range. And I was actually quite optimistic that this range was going to deviate from this range high. Why is that? Because the risk to reward on this range was looking so juicy. This was almost a $4,000 range. And those are the ranges I like to see, a nice $4,000 range. But anyways, what did price do? We have our range. We also have our last lower high up here. So what does that mean? It means that this range high is confluent with this, last lower high, which is also a key region, key region, key region for us to get a reaction. But also, if we flip across, this is a key region for us to look for a long. So what then happened is, this is what's happening now. Price has had that break up from that range, and this is good. This is good. This is exactly what we want to see. We can see that's a clear range break. There's no doubt about it. We can't really question that. So what am I looking for at the moment? Well, it's very easy. I appreciate we have a 12-minute zone here. If we break through that zone, that's all great. That's all great and dandy. But what I'm looking for price to do is get a nice flip up, look to catch on that retracement for that continuation. I'm going to be looking for I'll just put it out there right now. I am going to be looking for continuation plays until we get up here. Now, here we may get some sort of resistance. Hence why we're looking for a short there. And if we do not get resistance there, then I'm going to be looking right for that all-time highs, right? So maybe we're going back for 100K. So that's kind of how I'm playing that. How am I going to enter this trade though? Well, I'm going to look at this retracement leg and I'm going to see what is price doing on this retracement. Is it creating nice type 1 market structure with clear, decisive higher highs, lower lows and lower highs? It could react from this 15-minute block. It could also react from this 45-minute block. Do I care which one? No. As soon as I see my confirmation, I'm in. What time frame do I want to see my confirmation? I'd like to see on the 10-minute, ideally the 15-minute. That would be great. But at least the same time frame that gives us this nice, beautiful looking structure. Okay. So that's what I'm looking out for. So I'm going to pop that in there. Trade number 1 over there. Now I'm going to be hesitant for trade number 1. Why? Because there is a chance we come into the zone and then we, look to rally deeper. I am going to be hesitant, so I won't be entering until I get a nice flip. And if I do get a nice flip, I'm looking to move my stop loss to entry ASAP. All right. So these are my 2 additional plays that I'm looking out for. We no longer need this because we're out of the deviation threshold. We might want to leave this here, but it's less likely to reach this now because we have broken structure and we look to be on the upwards direction. All right. So it looks like what price may be doing now is obviously establishing this range, breaking out of this ranging a little bit, coming down to mitigate that old range. You see what we talked about last week for that continuation up. It looks like this may be what happened, but that doesn't have to be exactly what price does. Price could decide I'm going to form a new range here, okay, and just play around for a bit. Boom, 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 boom. All right. So that's what I'm looking out for. Let's see what price does. Let's stay alert. Make sure you set your alerts. All right. On that note, I'm going to set my alert there. Whoops. I have to rush out in a minute because I've got an online session over Zoom. So I'm teaching someone online. So I do have to rush in a minute, but I just wanted to put this out there because I know after this I've got basketball practice. So I'm not going to have any time to do that. But as I said, I'm looking for continuations on the way up. So if you do catch one of them, jump into that. All right. Hope you found this useful. We'll have a more detailed video perhaps tomorrow, just looking at what's happened. And yes, I'll see you next time and have a great, great, great evening or afternoon wherever you are in the world.